Hey y'all, how's it going? It's 3:40, my dick's out, waiting patiently to begin jerking off. And hello to you too, Pull Up. How's it going, dude? Kobe. Here he is. Hello, you are 2 minutes late. I've actually been sat here for 10 minutes taking thumbnail pictures, I'll have you know, so don't you dare tell me how late I am, you pathetic sack of shit. But welcome to the stream. Mine too weird. Guru, was as good. Ginge, I'm not ginger, but thank you for the suggestion. Gang, gang. How's you, Guru? Yeet. My brother Guru, you ready for Saturday? Dana White fanboy, I've been called. It's actually Warrior Like 1, bro. My account got banned. Oh, yeah, so let's talk straight away about Jorge Masvidal. Let's talk about Jorge Masvidal. The one thing you just don't do. If you are the man who says that you have been underpaid your entire career, the one thing you don't do to completely tumble your lie is to say that you're set for life and you don't have to fight. Why? Why would you do that, Jorge Masvidal? Why? That makes no sense. You're such a retard. I'm actually done with Jorge Masvidal now. After that statement has been made, I'm actually done. I'm actually done. Like, there's no recovery from this on my behalf. Like, I can't go back onto Team Masvidal, in my opinion. He says that he doesn't get paid enough. Next week, I'm set for life. I don't have to fight. Interesting. Interesting. He's not lying, though. He's set for life. I'm not saying he's lying, but I'm just saying don't argue that you need to be paid more and you're being paid nothing your whole career and act like you've been completely extorted for slave labor when you're set for life. That makes no sense. It's so retarded. It's the same thing with John Jones. John Jones, I don't get paid enough, but I'll retire because I'm good. Calm down, guys. You're trying to get an extra few bucks in the company's time of crisis, and it's backfired on you because now the fans are turning off. You can make multiple streams of revenue. You can, but let's face it, no one's really buying Mezcal. Don't get me wrong. No one's buying Proper 12, but Proper 12's still well known. I don't mean to say that he's got different. I know he's got different streams of revenue. Don't get me wrong, but Mezcal's hardly breaking records. I'll be honest with you guys. I just won $150 more on table tennis, ready to hammer a 1,500 on someone this weekend. I don't know who to trust on the card, though. I'd say Shawn Woodson and his short notice replacement. Pretty easy bet, but that's up to you, man. I'm starting to think that Kamal Worthy's going to get the win on Luis Pena, but I don't know. I think Luis Pena wins, but still, it's risky. So I've put a bet on both. A lot of people from Vegas and USA buy Proper 12, bro. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, not a lot of people buy Proper 12, but still, it's enough to make it what it is. And that's Proper 12. This is, what's the name of it again? Masvidal is worth way more than 500,000. He was reportedly, he apparently made 5 to 6 million against Nate Diaz. Oh, you didn't know about that? Oops. I'm so sorry, guys. I shouldn't have said it. Shouldn't have said it. Mezcal. Oh, yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah, set for life. If Max fights Alex like he fought Aldo, can he win? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Max fights Alex like he fought Aldo. No, he'll lose that way. I don't know how Max beats Alex. I think Alexander Volkanovski beats him. I was wrong the first time. People act like Max Holloway made an adjustment in the third round and came back in the fourth and fifth. That's not the case. Alexander Volkanovski just broke his hand, so he couldn't throw it anymore. So Holloway started edging some rounds. Thank you for the $5. Why does Dana put Contender Series tough by the fighters' names on matchmaking board? Playing favorites. Check his Instagram. I have no idea. I'll check his Instagram because you have donated $5. Otherwise, I probably would have said, no, I'm not checking his Instagram. We've just started the stream, but I'll check the Instagram. But yeah, he does put tough and thingy next to their names. What's up, everybody? I like Dana White's accent, man. It's a good accent. I don't know why he does that, but yeah, they're probably favoritized. Listen, they've come on a big platform in the UFC. It's good. Good for them. It makes sense. I get it. They're going to get some preferential treatment. They're from the Contender Series and the Ultimate Fighter, which basically means they've done the UFC a favor so that they can get into the UFC. The worst thing a fighter can do, the most stingy thing a fighter can do, is to just wait on the regional circuits, deny the Contender Series offer, deny the Ultimate Fighter offer because they don't want to fight 3 times within a short period of each other, and just work their way in naturally. So obviously the people that play ball into the shows of the UFC are obviously going to get some kind of treatment that's better than others, I would say. But thank you for the $5, Jordan Hansen. I agree with you. It sucks, but that's just business, man. You do them a favor, they do you a favor. That's how it works. He knew he was up against a hard hitter, yet still all he could do was trade. I don't know. I'm going to not do that. $5 from Edie2. Love you, Guru. Thank you very much. I don't have to give much of a response to that $5, so I appreciate the $5. Thank you. Jorge thinks he has some kind of belt. So does Masvidal expect $5 to $6 million each fight? Lol, such a BMF. I know, he's such a badass, dude. I know, dude, but the people in these in the latest MMA forums, they're talking about the money he's made. From the vibe I'm getting from multiple articles, Nate and Jorge made around $4 to $5 million, not $6 million, sorry, $4 to $5 million plus sponsors for that fight, and Jorge has his own alcohol company too. The one he invested in, but I can't remember its name. Join the team. He's also probably wisely saved his money from the previous fights. I don't think it's that outlandish for him to suggest he's set for life. Someone's not getting... Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just a weird thing to do. You know, you act like you're not getting paid enough, and then next week you come out with a statement saying that, you know, I'm set for life. I don't need the UFC's money. A little bit strange to me, in my opinion. A little bit strange for me. Make Masvidal versus Edwards or Masvidal versus Covington, because we've waited long enough and Covington's had a bit more of a layoff now. Just make that fight happen. Get Jorge Masvidal in there before he loses all of his fans. Please. Because if he wins, he'll gain them back, because the fans in MMA are so fickle. They don't care what their opinion was not too long ago. If you win a fight, they're on your team. So just let that happen, please. Pena getting KO'd, bro, 100%. Including me, I'm one of those fickle fans. I'll forget about it if you win a fight. That's how it works. Pena getting KO'd, bro, 100%. I don't know if he's going to get KO'd, but I do think that Karma Worthy is a decent underdog. And I've got him at good odds. I bet on him at the start of the week. He was like a... I don't even know what kind of underdog he was, but he was a juicy underdog. He started to close the distance now because people are starting to do their research, but still. Karma Worthy's got a chance, but I think Luis Pena wins still. Have you seen Paulo Costa's Twitter? It's funny as fuck. I have not. I hope Colby 50-45's Masvidal with lay and pray to end the Masvidal hype train. Yeah, but he'll just be a crotch sniffer and not eligible to win the BMF title. Don't be silly, dude. Only BMFs lose fights. How much did UFC offer Jorge for the Usman fight? The same as they offered him for the Nate Diaz fight, per Ariel Helwani. Which could have been $4 to $5 million. Interesting. Masvidal rematches Wonderboy. Who wins? How much you got in Worthy? I've got £10 on Worthy and Shawn Woodson. Oh no, I've got £10 on Worthy and the other guy, TJ Griffin. What's his name? Let me find the UFC schedule. Not TJ Griffin. It's something Griffiths. Jordan Griffin. There you go. TJ Brown is the guy that Jordan Griffin last defeated. That's where I'm getting names mixed up. But Jordan Griffin still. Good win. I think he's going to win, and I've put another thing on Karma Worthy, so that way, even if the Pena parlay messes up to begin with, I'll at least be getting some kind of money in, which is somewhat good. Boy Burgos is getting angry with the rankings. I know, I've seen him. He's furious with the rankings, and justifiably so, because those people outside the rankings... Here's the same thing with... I think that the performance should be taken into the consideration rather than just the result. Because they look at that and they say unanimous decision to Josh Emmett. But in reality, that was a close fight. That was a really close fight. Like, I'm sure some people out there scored that for Shane Burgos. I'm sure they did. I scored it for Josh Emmett. But listen, that's tough. I mean, it could have gone to those first 2 rounds. Burgos outlanded him clearly outlanded Emmett in both of those rounds. So those are opinion-based rounds. I don't know why they shifted him down so far. Fair enough if you get completely obliterated by Josh Emmett, shift him down the rankings. But to move Sadiq Youssef above him, Shane Burgos went to a close decision with Josh Emmett. Sadiq Youssef went to a close decision with Andre Fili. There's differences. I know one's a win and one's a loss, but they're pretty much the same situation. A close fight. You know? I understand that. Arnold Allen went to a close decision with Nick Lentz. I'm a big Arnold Allen fan, but even I can tell that Burgos is probably a bit more of a threat of a contender than Arnold Allen so far. That's been proven so far. Anyway, Arnold Allen could go on to have an amazing performance, and all of a sudden, I consider him bigger of a threat. But still, Shane Burgos went to a close fight with Josh Emmett. Arnold Allen went to a close fight with Nick Lentz, and Shane Burgos is ranked below him. Same with Ryan Hall. Who the fuck has Ryan Hall beaten? Darren Elkins just lost a close fight to Nate Landwehr. Who the fuck is Darren Elkins? Who the fuck is Ryan Hall beaten other than that? Like, it just doesn't mean anything to me. Oh, BJ Penn? Oh, after the more losses that he had? Okay, cool. If Gilbert Burns wins by a round 1 TKO and wants a quick turnaround, who does he fight? Masvidal, probably. He won the Masvidal fight. There's no way he wouldn't take that. But listen, he might call out Colby and do this whole Brazil thing. I'm down with that, you know. I want to call out Colby Covington for my country, Brazil. I like that whole shit. I like the whole call-out system that they have. Everything Brazil, but they live in America. All good. That's how much they love their country. All good, though. Gilbert Burns loves his country so much, he left there to live somewhere else. Burns versus Usman is going to be a 5-round war. I don't think it's going to be a war. I think it's going to be a quick finish after some losing from Gilbert Burns, or it's going to be a absolute snooze fest with Usman holding Burns against a cage for 5 rounds. In my opinion. How does Khabib do at 170? I think Khabib would do terribly at 170, and there's a reason why he's staying at 155 despite almost killing himself multiple times during weight cuts. He'd get out-wrestled by the 170-pounders. Thank you. Taking Colby didn't get pay-per-view shared from the Usman fight. When he sold that fight, the UFC has screwed over Colby and Tony the most. I wouldn't say that. They could have screwed over. I understand that maybe Colby Covington, you'd want to see him get some pay-per-view shares. But at the same time, Colby Covington could have made 80 for 80 that fight. You know? Like, they didn't have to give him 500,000 for the Usman title fight. Who gets championship show money for a title fight? So they did Colby some favors. They paid him the same as Usman got, but Usman obviously got the pay-per-view shares because they kind of still considered him as a champion still. I don't think they fucked over Colby too much still. But, you know, he didn't get pay-per-view shares, but he's not the champion. So why would he get pay-per-view shares? You know? All good, though. BMF coasted UFC 60,000 to make, but it is unfair that they took away the belt from Colby because he would have got pay-per-view shares if he had the belt. So that's kind of unfair. But still, BMF coasted the UFC 60 grand to make. Pretty sure BMF belt has a lot of value, especially coasted, wow. Costed the UFC 60,000 to make. Pretty sure the BMF belt has a lot of value, especially since The Rock wraps it around him. Masvidal is much, much bigger than Colby and Usman. Yeah, he's bigger than Colby and Usman. Okay. Is this your argument as... I don't get it. Whatever. Yeah, he's bigger than Colby and Usman. Cool. Is that? I thought that was. I thought it was a response from you, but it was just a statement. So I get it. Yeah, Usman, Masvidal's bigger than Colby and Usman. I get it. That's why he makes $5 million to fight Nate Diaz, and Colby makes 500,000. Pretty easy, to be honest. Colby Covington wins the rematch. I don't know about that one, dude. I think if Colby fights him now, he'll lose. I think if Colby gets a win in the meantime and gets momentum back on his side, I think then he'll have a chance at winning. But if they do it straight away, Usman's got him, I think. Colby's got to have a camp of addressing body shots because the body shot was there for Usman in that fight very clearly. But still, I thought Colby won 3-1 in those first 4 rounds, maybe 2-2, but there was no way it's 3-1 to Usman. I don't believe that. I don't understand how someone scored it 3-1 to Usman. It makes no sense. But, you know, people don't like Colby, including the judges, apparently. Colby Covington wins the rematch. That money was because of Nate. Indeed, if he was not fighting Nate, it would nowhere near be the same hype. But at the same time, Masvidal was a big name then. He did have a really good win against Ben Askren that went viral, and he was a huge name. But it's very true that if he then went on to rematch Damian Maia, no one would give a fuck. That is very true. So it was on Nate's behalf. But, you know, Masvidal just doesn't get paid enough, but has enough money to retire. You know how that goes. You know, I don't get paid enough from YouTube, but I'll retire any day now because I have that much money. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. What's the best option for Nate Diaz? The best option for Nate Diaz is Colby Chaos Covington. He doesn't want it because Colby would annihilate him and humiliate him, and Nate would lose all hype. Nate cannot get dominated. He needs an excuse for losing, or he needs to make it close. There is no option to be dominated, and that's exactly what Colby would do to him. That's exactly what Colby would Rory McDonald 2.0 Nate Diaz. 100%. Rory McDonald 2.0. And if that happens, Nate Diaz's hype is out the window. So that's not going to happen at all. Don't retire, you re-bastard. I'm not going to retire. I don't have any money. Calm down. Masvidal's afraid of Usman and Edwards. Stop. Masvidal is afraid of Usman and Edwards. Yeah, he is. He is afraid of Usman and Edwards. Someone throwing rocks on my window, sorry. Musasi or Lima. Conor versus Masvidal is the biggest UFC fight to make. If Dana White blows this, then it's fucking retarded. And reading forums of Masvidal making $5 million doesn't mean it's true. Yeah, but it's kind of a gist, and I think that I'm actually willing to accept that as the money. I don't think he made $500,000 to fight Nate Diaz. I don't think that's true whatsoever. I really don't. I really, really don't. Because Nate Diaz, riddle me this, said that he would not come back for petty change after his big payday against Conor McGregor in a rematch. How much did he make against Conor McGregor in a rematch? He made $2 million to show. There's no way he went back down to 500,000. There is no way he went back down to 500,000. I just don't believe it. There was a vacant belt on the line. We've seen people get pay-per-view shares for vacant belts before as well. There's no way it's 500,000. I think it's way more. And judging by the fact that Masvidal said he's set for life, it's definitely for real. People said Cowboy's going to make 10 mil before the Conor fight. Then Cowboy said it's false and it's not even close. I think it's all cap. Cowboy made a couple million, though, for sure. How much did Nate Diaz make in those Conor fights? Because he's definitely got more than reported. I'm wondering if there's an exact dollar amount you found. Nah, there's no dollar amount that I found. But these fighters get paid way more, guys. How much more times do we have to hear it? John Jones. Look at John Jones came out and said he made $2 million against Lyoto Machida. Look at this. John Jones career earnings said he made $2 million to fight Lyoto Machida. Okay, he came out and said that he made nearly $2 million to fight Lyoto Machida. Nearly $2 million were his exact words. He got ripped off by the UFC. He should have made way more. Those were his words. His disclosed earnings against Lyoto Machida were $400,000. That's 5 times the amount. What's 5 times 500,000? That's $2.5 million right there on top of it. I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's just a bit strange. I feel that these guys are earning way more. Way, way more. ATT or AKA? ATT. ATT is way better at building younger fighters up. AKA is good at scouting good talent and then just riding off the coattails of them. But ATT builds champions. AKA just buys them and trains them, you know? ATT if you want skill and good coaching. AKA if you want brotherhood. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I scored it 3-1 Usman. I think I scored it Usman because his shots had more power, more significant time. I know Colby outlanded him slightly, but Max versus Poirier, power versus volume. No, because Poirier outlanded Max in the rounds where he landed the more damaging blows. So that's wrong. But still, you're just wrong on the Colby Usman stats because Colby was rocking Usman. You can't say because someone looks like they're grunting harder that they're throwing more powerful shots. Doesn't work like that. Colby rocked Usman at the end of the second round. Colby rocked Usman at the end of the fourth round. Both those rounds were close in strikes. I gave them both to Colby. Round 1's Colby as well because he was up on strikes. And I think Colby was up on strikes in round 2 and 4 as well as rocking Usman in those rounds. In round 4, he rocked Usman with an uppercut. In round 2, he rocked Usman with a left hand. They're his rounds, in my opinion. I know that people think that Usman grunts harder when he throws shots and that for some reason makes them more powerful. I'll take the actual damage I can see and tell. Understand? Do you hear Florian wants to come back? These old fighters are so bad. They need to stop talking about coming back. Don't spam Musasi versus Lima. I'll ban you. But Lima would win. Did you hear Florian wants to come back? This chat is AIDS now, guys. I don't know how much longer I can do this for. You're gone. See you later, dude. Lima would win. Burns grunts too. Yeah, Burns does grunt. It's true. Should Donald Cerrone retire? He's on a 4-fight losing streak. I think it's for his last fight. Should be in Denver. No, he shouldn't retire at all. There's no way. What's Donald Cerrone going to do? He's going to keep fighting. I'm done trying to tell Cerrone to retire. Last time he went on a 4-fight losing streak, he went back on a 3-fight winning streak. I'm done telling him to retire. I don't think he should. I reckon he'd beat up someone. I reckon he'd stand a good chance against some guys just outside the rankings at lightweight. I think he beat Anthony Pettis, but, you know, all good. Colby won't be champion in today's welterweight division. I'm a big fan of him and I love him, but Burns, in my opinion, beats him badly. I think Burns beats Colby. I keep going I keep denying myself that. I don't know. I need to watch some more. But I think the Burns could get Colby. But Colby's wrestling. No. I think Colby would beat Burns. Sorry. I think Colby beats Burns. Here's the thing about Usman and Colby. Usman takes guys down, slams them, gets into a dominant position on the ground. Half guard, full mount, side control, positions like this. Colby takes a guy down, doesn't progress into any sort of positional dominance whatsoever, which means he disallows the jiu-jitsu aspect of the game completely. Because Colby's taking Burns down, he's then just almost letting Burns get back up to take him down again. He's keeping his hands together. He's got the back of Burns the whole time due to his grappling style. Whereas Usman's going to take Burns down, look to get into half guard. That's when the jiu-jitsu games start coming into things. I think Colby could avoid that whole jiu-jitsu world just by doing his non-positionally dominant grappling. You understand? And I think that'd also make Burns work a lot more and use a lot more energy. I think Colby would beat Burns. At 10K, he's taking it off. Yeah, it's true. Guru, don't let the goofs in the chat dumb you down. Your content is fire. I didn't let them dumb me down whatsoever. Hope that's not something you've noticed, but thank you. Javier seems like a weasel and only cares if you do good. I get that vibe from Javier Mendez. He just has a weasel face. I don't think he's a weasel person, though. Freddie on acid. $4. Thank you, Freddie on acid. Guru, Rakic versus Smith for August 29th. Who wins? Alexander Rakic is going to head kick KO Anthony Smith. Brutally KO Anthony Smith. It's the stupidest career move of Anthony Smith's life, in my opinion. The stupidest move of his life. The fight with Glover Teixeira was a good move. That was a smart business move. To fight Glover Teixeira, top contender, easy win, right? That was a smart business move for Anthony Smith. Taking on Glover Teixeira to go on a 2-fight win streak after that. Now he's taking on Rakic after just getting his face smashed in for 2 rounds. I don't know, man. Those teeth are coming out again. Those teeth are going to be social distancing from Anthony Smith real quick. I guarantee you. How does Max beat Alex? He doesn't. But if he does want to beat Alex, then he's got to feint, get Alex to throw, and then follow up his combinations afterwards. I think Max just thought he was winning the fight, which is retarded because he definitely wasn't winning the fight. But still, I don't know what's going to change in the rematch, man. Max Holloway's the taller guy with a reach disadvantage. You don't get on the inside of a guy who's smaller than you. It's just near impossible. So I don't understand it. Outpoint Alex in the first 3 rounds and go ham last 2. Yeah, I guess. Thoughts on Hall versus Romero? I think that's a stupid idea, though, Dan MMA Picks. Why would you outpoint someone in the early rounds, secure the win, and then go ham and risk it all in the last 2? That makes 0 sense, Dan MMA. Just so that's makes 0 sense. But whatever. Burns won't let go, get out grappled, though. He got taken down by Maia, though. That didn't happen with Colby. Fair enough, he got back up, but still, Burns can be taken down. And you calm down saying Burns can't be out grappled, yeah? Both elite grapplers, so the fight will most likely stay standing. No! Burns is really good at jiu-jitsu. Burns will not stuff takedowns from Colby Covington or Kamaru Usman. Do you understand me? Please stop. Fair enough, they're dangers when he does get them to the ground, and when Usman and Colby do get him to the ground, there's going to be some dangers. He's not going to pummel underhooks and shake off takedowns from Colby and Usman like they're nothing. That's just not going to happen. He's not that good of a wrestler. He's a great jiu-jitsu player, don't get me wrong. He's not a great wrestler. I think he can be taken down pretty easily. But still, it just depends what they want to do once they get him to the ground. And I think that's where the risk is going to be for Usman, who likes to sit in good positions, you know? Yo, Alejandro Sanchez, how you doing, brother? I don't know. That's a guy that normally donates $1.50, I think. I think that's the guy we're talking about. Who should Stevie Ray fight next? Stevie Ray should fight next. The winner of I don't even know who Stevie Ray should fight next, to be honest with you, man. That lightweight division, you can fight anyone you fucking want. I really don't care. Just fight someone. Lando Venata versus Stevie Ray. Sounds like a fun fight to me. Let's make it happen. Colby would beat the shit out of Masvidal. Yeah, I think he would. Drew Dober versus Islam Makhachev. Who wins? The Dobski. I'd go with the Dobski getting a win over Makhachev for sure. Yeah, I'd go with the Dobski. I go with Mr. Dobes. I say he gets the job done. Do you worry Zabit versus Yair isn't going to be a 5-rounder because Zabit gasses? Oh, yeah, I think that's why it's taken so long to be signed. We've known about this fight for like months. but it's just not been signed yet because I'm assuming there's one disagreement in the negotiating table, and that's going to extra rounds, most likely. Low, I've donated $50 before you, Hobknocker. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Do you know how much a champ makes from pay-per-view buy shares percentage for someone like a Woodley, Holloway, TJ type level, Connor or Jones type level, like 5%? Yeah, 5%. 5%. Because judges today are retarded, but some people earn like 20% of the pay-per-view revenue. So it's kind of like, I don't really care, you know? I don't care about the numbers that come out because they're making way more than we think they're making. They are making way more than we think they're making. I can tell that because after one pay-per-view championship fight, Adesanya bought himself a supercar. You don't make that off your show money. You just don't. They're making millions. They are making millions. And I know people are going to shit on the fact that they only earn 5%, but guess what? How much did the guys on the undercard of Fury versus Wilder make? How much? Any numbers you guys know? Yep. Yusuf made a decent pay on the end of McGregor's card, 246. I don't even think it was at 246, but you know, it could have been. I think it was on 246. I don't know if it was on 246. It wasn't on 246. I'm going to stop talking. But still, people on the undercards of the McGregor cards earn good money. Even if they're on the early prelims, they can make decent money. Zabit Yair is a co-main to Smith Rakic. I'm fucking done. What? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. You're lying to me. Stop watering the garden. What is going on? Jesus. Why now, of all times? Fucking hell. I think Jacasey can be top 15. Yeah, Jacasey can be top 15. I reckon he'll barely get top 15, but a good grappler is going to completely expose him, in my opinion. But still, hey man, I'm from Boston. Do you know Qatar pretty damn well? I know Qatar pretty damn well personally. Notice you're always a pretty damn positive of him. Do you see him as a legit champion sometime soon? I do. I do think that Qatar could be champ. I picture him the same way I picture the Oliveira's and the Dan Hookers of the lightweight division. I think they're going to take over once the guard is changed. You know what I mean? Dana and Punk get into a scrap in an elevator. Who comes out alive? CM Punk hits him with the fucking straight edge slammer. You know what I'm saying? Breathes that non-alcoholic breath all over Dana White, and Dana White just faints. What's this? Breath without alcohol? Ugh. Dana White goes down. There's no way. Looks like it. Fairham's trash compared to Ali's dominance. I don't know what that is. I think you're talking about management companies, but I'm too late in the conversation. Can Conor beat Khabib if he fights like he did against Eddie? If he does, then yes, he can. I always said this. If Conor fought Khabib, stop! What is going on? Sorry, I don't even think you guys can hear this. We're just spraying water at the windows like a cunt. Anyway, sorry guys. What was I just saying? I don't know what I was just saying. What was I just saying? I don't know what I was just saying, so never mind. It's over. Bro is Guru schizophrenic. I'm not schizophrenic. It's just annoying cunts. That's all it is. No, he can't because Eddie just stands there. Khabib has much more lateral movement and a better ground game. Either it started raining for a split second or someone squirting water at the window because I can hear him water in the garden outside. Curtis Blades versus DC. Go manhandle them, Guru. Prime Jose Aldo versus Prime TJ Dillashaw. And do you think TJ will get a title shot when he returns? I don't think so. I think he's going to have to fight once in the meantime. So I was answering something so good. Give me a second. You guys can definitely hear that, right? You guys can definitely hear that. I don't know what I was answering, man. That's it, over. That's my thought point over. I'm going to fuck someone up! Zabit versus Yair is 3 rounds. Don't add that on to my fucking current mindset, man. I'm going to kill someone. Jesus. Zabit Yair. Right. So I've had to show this. I'm getting really pissed off. You were saying about Conor versus Eddie. I've always said, if Conor fought Khabib 3 months after he fought Eddie Alvarez, he would have beaten him. I think that's true. But Zabit versus Yair is a 3-rounder. I don't know where you guys have got this news, man. I need to find out something. I need to find out. I need to know. I'm not seeing this anywhere. I'm looking everywhere. I'm not seeing it. Zabir versus Yair is co-main to Smith. Rakic. Fuck, it's confirmed. Oh, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yikes, bipolar dude, are you medicated? Don't. There's just a lot toppling over at once. This is why Crazy Guru's good at YouTube. If Eddie Alvarez came back to the UFC, who should he fight? I don't care. I really don't care anymore. I don't care about Eddie Alvarez. Fuck off to ONE FC, you sellouts. Oh, someone's come upstairs as well. I'm actually going to lose my mind. Anyway, MMA Mania is on, right? Let's go to MMA Mania. I'm losing my mind. MMA Mania. Okay, here we go. Just please don't let it be true. Rodriguez versus Zabit. It doesn't say co-main event. It doesn't say co-main event. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say co-main event. We're good. It could be the main event. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We are absolutely good. It doesn't say co-main event. We're fine. This fight night event is expected to be headlined by Anthony Smith. It's expected to be headlined by Smith versus Rakic. This shit is cray. Zabit wins. Zabit wins. He's a weight bully. He can't go 5 rounds, but he's going to win 3 rounds because he's bigger than Yair and he's going to take him down. What a fucking bitch. Zabit Magomed Sharipov. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, well then. That's fine. I guess we'll just allow that to happen. We'll just allow that to happen. Yeah, he beat Dan Hooker too. Yeah, he did. That was all the way back in the day. I remember that. Saying Conor would have definitely beat Khabib right after the Eddie fight is just blindly stupid. No, I think that Conor would have beaten Khabib. I would have predicted him to beat Khabib right after the Eddie fight. I think he would have done. I think he was more switched on. He was more focused. He had better takedown defense. He had better fundamentals. He had better timing. I think he would have got it done. I don't think it's blindly stupid at all. It's just an opinion that you disagree with because you're a Khabib nut rider. No big problem. It's all good though. Yeah, Zabit's going to beat Yair because he's a weight bully. He's going to abuse him by being the bigger man for 3 rounds. Why are you picking that off-cycle PFL bum over Bosa? Because he's going to win. He's better than him, in my opinion. I don't think Tanner Bosa is that good, in all honesty. Tanner Bosa is decent, don't get me wrong, but Felipe Lins is going to beat him. So you're a believer that Conor didn't look himself against Khabib? Oh, yeah. Yeah. He looked shit, but that's fine. You're not allowed to say that because it's the truth. All good. Why are people protesting? Stopped. Why are people protesting about race and Rona when Zabit is running from 5-rounders? I know, dude. It's a crazy. The world just don't have their priorities straight right now. You don't understand. As soon as they hear this, they're going to be back out on the streets. I guarantee you. It's less about Conor being switched on. I think it's more about Khabib not being in his prime. I think Khabib now is better. That's also a factor as well. I think Khabib back then was way more susceptible for things that he isn't susceptible to now. You understand? Make a video on Zabit now. No, I'm good. Zabit is getting a title shot if he wins. I hope you know that. Easy defense for next champ. He's already top 3. Oh my God, Max can beat GOAT if he beats Alexander and defends against Zabit. He can. Here's why he's also getting a title shot if he beats Yair Rodriguez. Because Korean Zombie lost to Yair Rodriguez, guys. I know Korean Zombie deserves it way more than Zabit, don't get me wrong. But Korean Zombie lost to Yair Rodriguez because he dared take Yair Rodriguez 5 rounds. When Yair was on short notice. Yair came in on short notice and the Korean Zombie still asked to go 5 rounds. Crazy. Crazy time. All good though. It's all good. Anthony Smith put his life on the line so Zabit can escape 5 rounds once again. Ali doing his dirty magic. Ali Abdelaziz wins 2020. Justin Khabib, Usman Burns, and now Zabit. Yeah. Edson Barboza versus Shane Burgos. Who wins? Burgos would win at featherweight. If Ige, I think Burgos is better than Ige. In all honesty, I think he is. I don't think those rankings are pretty accurate, to be honest with you. I think anyone who can go to a close decision, going blow for blow with Josh Emmett, is elite. Elite level fighter. 100%. Curtis Blades versus DC prediction. Curtis Blades would lose in the 4th, but he'd win until then. I think that Curtis Blades would out-grapple DC. Take him down in the early rounds, but he would gas out in a 5-rounder and DC would take over as the fight went on. I used to believe that Blades would beat DC because I thought he had a great gas tank, but, you know, he doesn't have a great gas tank. I know a lot of people are out there saying, dude, you can't say that Blades versus Volkov was a boring fight. Yes, I can. I'm not a casual for saying that. Blades versus Volkov was fucking boring. Period. I'm allowed to say that. I don't say Khabib's fights are boring because they're interesting. I don't say other guys who take people. I don't say Bryce Mitchell's fights are boring because they're not. He has the same style as Curtis Blades, but he isn't boring. Blades versus Volkov was boring. I don't care if I'm called a casual for saying that. I watch every fucking event and every fight on every event. That's why I know it's boring, because I know what's entertaining. Ross Cockcroft, a finesse. Finesse. The best bet for this Saturday, bitch. I don't care. If Korean Zombie beats Ortega, he won't get over Zabit. I mean, Zabit is 3 and KZ is 4, which is insane. Doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I pray to God Max beats Alex, so he backs up my GOAT resume argument. Oh, if Max beats Alex and then gets a free win against Zabit in a 5-rounder, we're going... I mean, it's just Holloway the greatest of all time. There's no denying it either if he beats Alex. Obviously, if he wins a trilogy in the end anyway, that's always still going to be a question, but still... Holloway would be the greatest featherweight of all time if he beats Alex, becomes a 2-time champion, which is something that Aldo never did, by the way. Becomes a 2-time champion, which is something McGregor never did, by the way, in the featherweight division. So he'd break that. That'd be another feather in his cap. Becoming a 2-time world champion in the UFC is huge. But yeah. And do you remember when I was bugging you about that argument a month ago? No, you were arguing that Holloway is currently the greatest featherweight of all time. I was saying there's some mishaps to that. But you weren't, don't try and act like you were arguing that exact same point before. You were arguing that Holloway is the greatest featherweight of all time. I understand he might be one of them, but Aldo's defense over 10 years is pretty good. Are you intoxicated? I'm not intoxicated. I'm not intoxicated. Volkov is okay. Hardly beat Hardy, a newcomer. He's not that good, but he's good, but he's not that good. But then Derek Lewis is complete shit, so... You know, it's hard to tell with these heavyweights. People act like being a 2-time champ is huge, but the only reason you're a 2-time is because you lost it and had to get it back. I'm not saying it's bigger than a guy who sets all records. Aldo was a 2-time champ. Aldo was never a 2-time champ. He won the interim belt off Edgar and they just promoted him. Fuck off. I don't give a fuck about Aldo being a 2-time champ. That doesn't count. Fuck him. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Stop. No. Here we go with the massive onslaught of people. I've already addressed it. Nope. No, he wasn't. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. No. Didn't win it back off the person that beat him. Doesn't count. No. Don't care. Don't talk. No. He got left the belt when McGregor left the division. Doesn't count. Stop talking. Guru, yell at your window demon again. It's not a window demon. Someone was spraying water at my window. I'm being serious. Aldo was a 2-time champ. Stop! Would Hooker versus O'Malley interest you? Yes, it would, but Dan Hooker would win. Hello, Cooler Unit, by the way. How's it going? Zabit is a pussy. Zabit is a pussy. I know he is. We all know he is. That's why I'm not reading it, chicken. We know he is. We're all in agreement here. Zabit Magomed Sharipov can't go longer than 2 rounds, and he's a pussy bitch. The biggest in MMA history, perhaps. Who else declines 5-rounders and main events because they know they can't go 5 rounds? No one, not even Conor McGregor, who also knows he doesn't go well at 5 rounds. Pussies. Aldo was 2-time champ star. Lol, are you 100% sure it's co-main? I know that Anthony Smith is of a higher weight class, but Zabit Yair would be much more watched and entertaining. And I draw your attention to MMAmania.com. The fight night event is set to be headlined by a light heavyweight bout between Anthony Smith and Alexander Rakic. Per MMAmania.com, it's the co-main event. Because we all love watching Anthony Smith fight. What old man is it this time? Not an old man. It's Alexander Rakic, and he's going to destroy him. Hooker costs like 1,000 on Cameo. Who does he think he is? Dean fucking Hooker. He probably costs $1,000 because he's training for a fight right now, dude. I think his time is of the essence. You understand? Tapology says Rakic Smith is a free round, so there's still hope. Indeed. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. There's still hope. Hopefully they figure some things out, because if I was Yair, I would not take that fight unless it was 5 rounds at all. And that's what Ortega was doing when they were talking about him versus Zabit. Remember? Oh, hang on a second. Remember when Ortega versus Zabit was the fight to make? Do you remember that? Before Ortega slapped Korean Zombie's translator. Remember when Ortega versus Zabit was the fight being talked about in the works and we were waiting for an announcement? Ortega came out with a headline that said he won't take on Zabit unless it's a 5-rounder. Those talks of fighting disappeared real quick. Let's move on to Yair Rodriguez, see if he'll take a 3-rounder. Craziness. Thoughts on Al Iaquinta fighting Felder? I think it's a stupid idea, and I don't know if it's actually happening, but yeah, I don't think that should happen. I think it's silly. I think Al Iaquinta should fight Gregor Gillespie, the wrestler versus the counter wrestler, and Paul Felder should wait for Tony Ferguson in a main event of a fight night. So easy. Thoughts on Chris D'Elia? I personally think all his friends knew all along, some dodgy things said on podcasts hinting at it. I think that entire LA comedy scene is fucking weird. I think the whole thing's weird. I think Joe Rogan's into some weird shit behind the scenes. I've known about this for a long time, and people have been digging up stuff for a long time about Joe Rogan and his antics with trans people, and some other people doing some stuff. Like, that whole group's a weird group of people, in my opinion. But, you know, that's it. Wait for the poster, Guru. I'll wait for the poster before I give my official reaction, but still, that's a disgrace. As a Max fan, though, you should be happy Zabit is 3 rounds. Alexander won't get a rematch if Zabit wins. It's true. It's true. Why is Smith Rakic the main event, though? I have no idea why, because I'm not as interested in that as I am for Rodriguez versus Zabit, but Zabit won't go 5 rounds. That's why. Rogan is innocent. Oh yeah, I don't think Rogan's done anything illegal. I mean, none of them have done anything illegal, but it's all just creepy, weird shit. Like, you don't do that stuff. Like Brendan Schaub's DMs coming out. Hang on a second. Let me talk about Brendan Schaub's DMs, because I love shitting on Brendan Schaub. Let me see Brendan Schaub's DMs. Here we go. I want to see what he said to her, because he actually uses his colloquialisms on the girls that he's talking. This is good as well. I'm horrible. Why are you horrible? How's Papa? Brendan Schaub said to her, how's Papa? I've never been good at texting, lol. I'm not attached to my phone. I dig that. I forgive you. Just don't go MIA on me, boo. Deal? When do I see you tomorrow? I land around 2, show isn't until 7:30, so I can hang before 6 p.m. And obviously after that, up to you, babes. He's 37 with a wife and kids. Craziness. That's some craziness. These LA comics are on some weird shit, man. My connection is unstable. Is that the next thing that's going to happen here? YouTube stopping you, Guru? Oh, we're good. We're good. Guru's stream just went autistic. It's been that way since the start. Don't worry about it. RDA versus Pettis 2, who wins? Yo, Guru. RDA versus Pettis 2, who wins? RDA wins in a rematch pretty easily. Pettis has lost it, in my opinion. I did predict him to beat Wonderboy. I predicted it very perfect, but still. It's strange. RDA versus Pettis 2, you're just asking it again. You didn't ask it again. I'm going crazy this stream. Is it weird to be attracted to 18-year-old girls when you're 30-something? Perfectly normal when most ugly average guys would if they could. Rich guys are in open relationships just like O'Malley. I mean, it's just weird to me. You know? But it's not weird to me. It's when they come out and say that they're this and they're that. That's the only problem I have with this. If Brendan Schaub wants to have an open relationship and do stuff with legal girls, go ahead and do it. It's weird. But go ahead and do it if you can. Good on you. But don't then go on a podcast and say you're a beast of a dad and it's you and your wife and you're doing all these things for her. Like, don't do that shit if you're doing that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. You can't be the filthy cunt and then be the fucking beast of a dad that you say you are. You know? You can't have it both ways. Cooler X versus 1 unit. Oh, $20. Thank you for the $20. Appreciate you. Don't want to get political here, but I'm just wondering, is everyone in the UK required to wear a mask? No, they aren't. But if you go on public transport, you are. I'm only speaking for London. I have no idea about anything else, but thank you for the $20, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's weird to pursue them. It is weird to pursue them, but still, just don't act like you're not doing it. Just come out and say you're doing it, dude. Be that guy. I hate that people hide it. It's weird, you know? We flew be a hoax, bro. He never talks about his girl, though. Only about his son. It's true, actually. Now you think about it, he doesn't. Weird, though. Still very weird. Still very weird, in my opinion. I don't think that's a healthy relationship. I don't. But, you know, it's all good. I'm not a guy who's against people having open relationships, but still, I just think it's in the world that we're in now, don't do it through DMs. Meet someone in person and try and sort that stuff out. Your kids have Instagram, Shorb. They're going to see the DMs, you fucking retard. These kids are going to be fucked up, I swear. Crazy. Zabit's going to win rounds 1 and 2 and badly lose 3. Yep, I think so as well, but he'll win the fight. So I think that's how it's going to go. $20. Thank you, Cody Unit, one more time. I appreciate you. Thoughts on O'Malley having an open relationship with his quote-unquote girlfriend? That's nasty, mate. No, I have no problem with it. He came out and said it. Good for him. If they have that agreement, good for him if he came out and said it. Absolutely cool with it. Brendan Schaub is slowly becoming fat and ugly now. He's turned into Joey Diaz. Yes. So, Guru, who do you think Holby gets next? Because I don't think Masvidal's going to take that fight. He straight ducked Usman, so I wonder who else is available for Covington. I think Colby should fight Nate Diaz next, but that's not going to happen because Nate Diaz will get annihilated. But, yeah. Allen versus Dalkaus, who wins? Dalkaus on short notice, I'd pick him as an underdog, but Allen on full camp would win. Because, I mean, Dalkaus on a full camp would win, in my opinion, but he's taken on short notice. He ain't going to be ready. We just saw this with the Max Roshkoff situation. He was completely exhausted. Short notice is different. Short notice is difficult as well. I just feel like Brendan Allen's going to get him, maybe in the second round. Zabit Yair could be a draw. Yeah, it could be. It could be. It could be. That's a very good point. But thank you for the $20 again, Cooler Unit. I appreciate you. Rakic says he won't be main event. Interesting. Rakic says he won't be main event, eh? Okay, well, maybe hope is not all lost, and I've just completely destroyed my brain cells for no reason and created a bunch of stress that didn't need to exist. I can't speak now. Thoughts on Usman training with Justin at Elevation? I don't care. I think it's a cool thing. Good job. I think it's weird, though, because, I don't know, it's just weird. But, you know, those dominant MMA guys have each other's back, I guess, so it's all good. I just don't like it, to be honest with you. I don't like it at all. I don't like the friendships between guys in different divisions. I don't. This whole Usman, Adesanya, Gaethje circle jerk, this whole dominance MMA circle jerk thing, I hate it. I want to see super fights up weight classes. I don't want guys not going up in weight classes because, oh no, that's my friend. Shut up and fight each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. Makes no sense. But still, it's on MMA Mania. It is on MMA Mania. It's true. Maybe I don't believe this guy's Twitter status. He said the UFC want him versus Smith to be a 3 rounds and that he has never been offered a 5-round fight. It's already been signed. We'll find out real soon, apparently. Guru, Woodley heard you slander him on live and paid me to squirt water at your window. Sorry, bro. Thank you very much. Guru, remember when Zabit got the fight with Qatar, moved from Boston to Moscow? Yes, I do remember that. It was supposed to be Boston. It was supposed to be on the main card of Boston. But they moved it. It's interesting how some people get the treatment. It's all good. Those Dagestanis are savages, man. You know, when their careers set out for them and they get easy wins and perfect situations for themselves, those Dagestanis are unbeatable, I tell you. Colby is a beast. Hope he gets Masvidal. Yes, indeed. Is Leonardo DiCaprio also having weird for having fun doing coke and fucking 18-year-olds? It's a lifestyle some people want to live, and most people secretly would love to try living that life. I'll come out and say it, just in case you didn't hear me the first 5 times, the money man. We know DiCaprio does that stuff. It's weird to me to try and hide it and to be sliding in DMs when your kid has Instagram. That's weird. I'm okay with Leonardo. I'm okay with people living that lifestyle, but you just don't listen, money man. So there's no point even answering you. Never mind. Forget about it. You just say the same thing like I haven't answered you before. It's all good. Khabib versus Diaz. The Weasel said Poirier will have a massive grappling advantage over Hooker. Do you think that's true? No, I don't think that's true whatsoever. When has Poirier showed his grappling ability? Against Anthony Pettis? Okay. Very cool. Keep this stream up. Oh, this stream's staying up. Don't you worry about that. Jordan Griffin versus Zalal. Jordan Griffin. Oh, I have Jordan Griffin wins. You mean the guy, Yusuf Zalal, you mean? Yeah, I think Jordan Griffin beats him by submission in the second round. When should Shogun retire? Hopefully he KOs Nogueira. I think he should retire after this one. There's no need. Yeah, just slightly pathetic to do it via DMs, agree, but nothing to be outraged about. No, I'm not outraged about it at all. I understand that one day I'm going to have kids, and before I have kids and while I have kids, I am responsible for everything I do being seen by my kids. You should be thinking about that as a parent. I'm thinking about that now before I'm a parent. Everything I do and say, I've said some outrageous stuff. I've never stepped over the line because one day I'm going to have kids that are going to watch this stuff because it's all documented online. You understand? Brendan Schaub's out here DMing 18-year-olds while he's with his kid's mum. Now, that's just have some respect for your kid a little bit. You understand? Because he's going to grow up. All of his kids' parents are going to be together, and his parents have DMs leaked about them sexting other people behind each other's backs. It's just weird, man. It's just a weird thing to not even think about that for a second. Not just to ask for a number and call or just get one in person, but the sliding of the DMs, and it's just weird. Guru looks for his own eyes to try and make sense of these people. I don't know what that means. Everyone looks through their own eyes. Chrissy J with the philosophy in the chat. Jesus. I think I just got money but didn't acknowledge it. $2. Omen Gamer. How do you think Francis gets the belt? KO? Oh, yes, it will be KO. I think he'll get the belt by KO for sure, Omen Gamer. Thank you for such an easy question for $2. Thank you. Omen Gamer, I appreciate you. Everyone looks for their own eyes, Chrissy J. Wait, what's the Schaub thing? We're done on the Schaub thing. Look it up if you want it to happen. Guru, you going to watch any of the virtual media day interviews after this stream is over? What event is it? Oh, yeah, Poirier Hooker. Yeah, probably. I'll probably watch some virtual media days. I don't know, man. People are starting to sound the same to me. I don't like it. I don't know. It's just weird to me. These cards are good. I don't have the excitement for interviews that I used to have. And I think it's because there's no more press conferences. I missed the press conferences more than I realized. Guru speaks in Mandarin. Arigato, bakon coffee. Imagine Guru's kids watching his lives now and watching him getting trolled with fake names. I mean, and raging and Dad, we didn't know you were schizophrenic. Like, it's just there's gonna be some questions having to be asked when I'm older. I'll tell you that much for free. That much for True Francis by Flying Armbar. We need the big seasonal press conferences. I miss the press conferences more than anything. I actually value them more than most things in the UFC. The press conferences, although mostly boring, were very exciting for me. I love them, but we don't have them. And I don't understand why, because they're literally shaking hands at the weigh-ins. We can have a press conference, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Your kids are going to be funny people. I hope so. My kids will be okay, I reckon. I hope I have a boy, or I'm just going to be like probably Asian, that shit, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I just hope I have a boy, because I feel like I could relate to it more. I feel like if I have a girl, I'm just not going to know anything about what to do. You know, like I'll just be useless if I have a girl. Obviously, I'll still provide, but it's just I feel like I'd actually be able to be in my element with a son. You understand? Do you think Adesanya is the best striker in the UFC right now? I'm just thinking. I've said that. Now I'm overthinking saying things because I've said that. What if I have like 5 girls and no boy, and they come back and see me saying that I really hope I have a boy? That's going to be crazy. Anyway, imagine if your daughter sees you say you're going to Asian. Yeah, no, man, that's crazy. They'll have to understand that I'm the age that I am. So we're over. Oh, God's definitely giving you girls, Guru. I don't know, dude. I just don't think I'd be useful if they were. The Darren Till curse? Yeah, but I don't know. It's crazy. I think I'll be okay. The Guru the type of guy to find a wife in Thailand, short 5'2" lady? Nah, that's not true. Guru just have multiple kids. It's true, but then I don't know, man. I feel like when you're having multiple kids, it's very obvious what you're doing. Any family that ends with a boy, or any family that ends with a girl, you know what that boy or girl represents. If every other sibling is an older 3 boys or an older 3 girls, you know what that means. They're not trying to just have 4 kids. They were trying to have at least one of each type. The only 2 types. There go my monetization rights. T23 is the magic number. Boy, girl, 2-3. I guess so. I don't want to have 5 kids though. I think it'd spread me too thin, you know. Chrissy, you want to throw $100? Hey, my kids are hungry in the future. Chrissy J, any $100, I'll take them. I got myself a Chinese girl. She rich as fuck and loyal. Nice, dude. If it's a girl, you're going to be top 5 female fighter. Oh, yeah. That's what I'll have to do. I have to make her into a female fighter. I'll make her into like a Maria Agapova. Someone who actually knows what they're doing, you know? That's kind of mean, though. I don't know about that. What is it about transgenders in Thailand that makes Joe Rogan like them so much? I don't know. I think it's just the fact that they're like, it's not fully a man that way in Joe Rogan's mind, so he's not fully gay. You know what I mean? So he gets away with it a bit. Robbie Guru, well, since the Beats wins now, what's next? Since the Beat wins now, what's next? Ortega versus the Korean Zombie. It's a Beat, man. 3-rounder. That's crazy. Dustin Poirier will knock out Dan, but we don't know yet, so I'm going to wait and see. As the failure of a human you are, what's your biggest mistakes and regrets that you don't want your kids to have and / make? We're not going to get too deep. Imagine Guru's kids watching their dad lose money on fights and end up growing up under a bridge. Yeah. I need to make it now because I've already destroyed my legacy of life too much, you know? So I kind of need to make it big so the kids can know it was worth something. You understand? Let me cop you a new beanie, Guru. Nah, I'm good. I like this one. Damn, Guru, that's a savage, given I do actually want 4. Well, you can have 4 if you want, dude. 2 and 2, that's all good. If DC and Stipe retire after this fight and Curtis and Francis fight for the 3rd time, who wins? 3rd time. Francis would win again. I don't know. I think Francis is going to beat Curtis, but Curtis has still got... I think Francis beats everyone in that division now. But I don't know, man, because there's no way of predicting MMA. There's no way. Some wrestlers don't shoot until the end of the 1st round for whatever fucking reason. Some wrestlers go out there and double leg someone. Makes no sense. You can always delete all the vids, just say the re-uploads are your doppelganger. It's true, I'll just say I have a twin brother that I killed once. Makes sense. Shawn Brady versus Christian Aguilera prediction. Shawn Brady wins, rides him out for 3 rounds. Shawn Brady's an absolute beast. People sleep on him. But Christian Aguilera is the kind of guy that can get it done against Shawn Brady. That's the danger of Christian Aguilera. Some savage coming out hard in the 1st round. That's what you need to beat Shawn Brady, but I still think I'm going to check the odds. Thoughts on Philly versus Mitchell in October. That's a great fight. I saw that got agreed by the pair of them on Twitter not too long ago. I like that fight. Philly versus Mitchell. Sounds good to me. Not the fight I would have made. Who is Hakeem Dawodu going to fight? Just another complete can, I'm assuming. But, yeah, all good. Connor just died while doing potty. Okay. Do you think you could successfully out-wrestle someone your size that has no knowledge of MMA? Yeah. Usman versus Burns prediction. I think I could triangle someone. That's not my Usman Burns prediction. I think I could actually pull off some jiu-jitsu. Even though I'm not fully well versed in the positions, it's not that hard. You understand? Like, fair enough, pulling it off against someone who knows what you're trying to do would be really difficult. But I think if someone had no idea and they were in full guard with me, I could get off a triangle, I reckon. I'd know what to do, you know? Get wrist control on their left arm, yank it over the right side of my body, bring my legs up, grab them with my right hand, sink in the triangle. I don't know. I just think it would be relatively easy. I know it's hard, but if someone didn't know at all what I was doing, I think I could do it, you know? The best thing about this hang is the casual talk with some MMA talk on the side. Keep it up. Thanks, dude. If you did have a twin brother, would you like your chances against him in a 5-rounder? So he's exactly like me? I don't know, man. He'd be tough. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that sounds really narcissistic. I'd like my chances. I reckon we'd fight to a draw, though. That makes the most sense. You versus Joseph Benavidez, who's... Actually, no. If I had a twin, I'd be the smarter twin. Definitely. Because I have a mole with a hair on it. So I definitely reabsorbed some sperms in the egg. Apparently, that's what happens when you have moles with hairs on. I don't know if that... I don't think that's true because I know everyone has them and I don't think we're reabsorbing that many children, but that's just an old myth that I heard that I'm going to bulletproof make a prediction on me versus my twin based on, even though it's a myth. That's not how I raised them and I don't personally agree with it, but if my child was happy, I'd be happy for them. I don't know what conversation I've joined in. Would you want your kids to become pro fighters? No, I would never do that to my children. That is child abuse in my opinion. Never. Because if my kids were going to be pro fighters, they're going to get hit in the head from the age of 5. And that is not what's happening with my kids. They're not going to be great fighters. I don't even know what I'm going to do with my kids. I'm not going to do anything. Let them have their thing. I'll just send them to school. Don't send them to university. And then they'll be fine. And they won't be indoctrinated into the liberal ways. Guru, did you watch Dan Hooker's interview on Ariel Helwani saying if he wins, people like Conor and Tony will be asking for him? Guru, I did see that. I did see his interview, and I think that they will be asking for him, including Conor McGregor. I got a twin. Seriously, twins are far more socially aware than non-twins. I think it's obviously because they notice things in themselves a bit more, you know? They see each other from an outside perspective a bit more. But I'm too socially aware sometimes, I feel like. I don't even think it's social anxiety. I think it's just social awareness. People use that phrase, social anxiety. I don't think it's true. It isn't a fear. It's just an understanding, you know? I don't know. Maybe let's get MMA. At least judo and Korean kickboxing. What am I getting into? At least judo and Korean kickboxing. Okay, I don't know what the start of that was, Jay. But thank you very much. Luke Thomas said he spent the day with Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse showed him some moves and says Mighty Mouse could beat him. Then he's a pussy. I'm joking. Mighty Mouse could definitely beat Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas is a bitch and he'd just simp out just to get armbarred. There's no way. Obviously, Mighty Mouse would beat him. He'd give up just so he could get armbarred by him. You know? The thought of being triangled by Mighty Mouse has probably been a thought in Luke Thomas's head for the past 5 years. Please let that happen at one point in his life, he's been saying. Please just let Mighty Mouse triangle me at any moment, just so I can simp out and think about it when I jack off. That's exactly what Luke Thomas does in his life. No, that's not social anxiety or just woke today. I don't think it's woke today. I think it's just an understanding. Parlays for Saturday. I'd guess bipolar. Why are you diagnosing me in my chat? Get the fuck out of here, you bitch. So anyway, now I'm happy again. You versus Joseph Benavidez, who's winning? I'd beat Joseph Benavidez because I know that Megan O'Leary would be on the line, and I would never let him beat me if Megan O'Leary was on the line. Edmund versus Israel, who wins and how? Israel Adesanya wins. Twins are generally just bigger than non-twins, just better than non-twins. We have to share things from a younger age and generally always had someone to talk to, play sports with growing up. No, I don't think that's true whatsoever. You're just trying to find a cool twist on being a twin, but nice. Same as having a sibling, it sounds like. Drop some good... But I do agree with that. People with siblings compared to single children are completely different people. Edmund all day. Drop some good mons on Liverpool winning the Liverpool winning the Prem in August. Nice, dude. Edmund all day. I don't know about that one. He wants Mighty Mouse's junk to graze his... Okay. Woke is one of the worst words in the English language. I don't like being called woke. I don't like calling people woke. It's annoying. Guru, I saw you training with P.O.T. Ann at Tiger Muay Thai. Shut up, dude. Marvin Vittori already beat the Homo Bender. Okay. I've read it out. He can do it again in any day of the week. Lol shit on twinning. Dow Cows, Valente, Frey, Hooker, Parlay, 10 to win 600. Interesting. Why would you put Frey in there? That doesn't make much sense. And isn't her opponent out of the fight as well? Francis decapitates Stipe. I think in a rematch, Francis would win, but still, I don't know, man. It's a close fight. Anytime Stipe wants to, he can double leg Francis. So we'll see what happens. I saw you training with your dad, Roy Nelson Guru. Good work. Thank you very much. Will Piotr Jan knock out Aldo in 3 rounds? Yeah. No, 4th. He'll get it done in the 4th round by TKO. Do you train, bruh? Yeah, bruh. Not now, bruh, but I have trained before in the past, eh? Oh my God, Mike Perry has lost it. His interview is live and he just seems to be emotional. Too emotional. Yeah. He's strange, Mike Perry, but we have to accept him as he is because there's no other way of digesting Mike Perry. You understand? By the way, my children are not gay. What am I joining in on, Chrissy J? Can you just, I don't know, never mind. I can't read every other Chrissy J thing because it's just, I don't understand. Thank you for letting me know. Around 10-0 and I'm 20. Want more fighters. My trainers want me to take rest. What should I do? You know what your answer is. You know what your answer is, Ali Khan. You just wanted to share with us that you're a fighter. Thank you. You've shared that with us. You know the answer. You don't want an answer from me. Apparently, John Jones set up Mike Perry with his new girlfriend at a bar. Interesting. Interesting. Up. Who can beat Diaz and Figueiredo? I don't know. Poirier said he wants to touch the body of Hooker and make him grunt. Do you think that's good or even a legal strategy to use on Saturday night? Legal? What do you mean legal? He's throwing body shots. Of course that's legal. I think if he throws body shots, it's going to leave him susceptible to the knee out the middle because he's going to be bending down into everything that he throws. But yeah, that's definitely legal. What do you mean? What do you mean even legal strategy? He's throwing body shots. Of course it is. Who can beat Diaz and Figueiredo? Moreno can have a chance. Alex Perez can have a chance with his leg kicks. Everyone can have a chance. Perez is a weight bully with great leg kicks, so he's got a real good chance. Real good chance. It was a joke. Oh, yeah, it's definitely legal. Definitely legal. But yeah, it was a joke. Good one, dude. But yeah, Poirier, that's a good plan to go to the body, but I just think it's going to leave him open for certain stuff. I'm 55-0 fighter. Should I lift weight or do cardio? Any advice? Well, thank you, 55-0 fighter. Definitely lift weight, dude. Definitely. Guru, I want suggestion from you, but you were so rude. I wasn't rude. You know exactly what you were doing. I wasn't rude. You know what you're doing. You know my decision on whether you should take rest or fight again to add to your already undefeated record, you know, is not true. And it doesn't mean anything. But I think you should take some rest. Take some rest. Actually, no, fight again so you can pay me. Masvidal wants to retire after a money fight with McGregor. That's crazy. What part of Australia? I mean, that's what everyone's dream is, so I'm not surprised. I'm sure that's what everyone wants behind the mask, you know? What part of Australia are you in? I'm not from Australia. I'm from London. But thank you. Lol, I'm just kidding. You got me. I am serious. You are my brother. Okay, dude. No, he's a scumbag. Lamau. Is Chris D'Elia innocent? I need to know. I don't know if he's innocent. I don't know if he's committed a crime. I'm not sure. I don't know if you need to be found guilty, man. Otherwise, I'm not calling him a pedophile. I'm calling him a weird person for being somewhat close to 40 and going after 18-year-old girls. Don't get me wrong. But I haven't seen him found guilty of anything, so I'm not going to call him a pedophile because that's a big, big word, boys. That is a big, big word. I think he did all those things. I don't know what things we're talking about. We know he messaged the girls that were 18 and 17 in Vancouver, where the legal age is 16. But I don't know if he did anything illegal, so I'm not going to call him a pedo. I did it straight away. I called him a pedophile, but I think that's too much of a label to brandish someone with when I don't know enough, you know? I'm 30 as a fighter. Do I fight McGiller on short notice? Oh, yeah, definitely. Go and do it, and I'll record it and put it on my channel, dude, for sure. Guru, I'm 0-5. Should I try signing to the UFC? Yeah, dude, they'll take you, man. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I hear Ngannou needs a sparring partner to warm up for his next fight, so they could just sign you for that, you know, just to be tossed around backstage before the fighters walk out a bit, you know, warm everyone up. Heavy bag with always. He's a fat fucking heavy bag with always. Name, thanks, bro. Your support helps me. You know, fighting isn't easy. Thank you, Ali Khan. Do you research Ali Khan fights on YouTube? Nah, I'm good, but thanks, dude. Pizzagate is real. Chicken former lodge. Torture chamber. Spirit cooking. Okay. Fucking hell, man. I'm a 3,069 heavyweight. Should I drop down to women's at and weight and get a sex change to work on my cardio? Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Going after 16, 17-year-old is not pedophilia, but it's being a shit person. Yeah, it's being a weird person. But again, not illegal, so I'm not going to call him a pedophile. O'Malley versus Artem Lobov. That's the fight to make, and no other fight. I don't care if Lobov has to make bantamweight with one leg. I need to see it. Guru, again, you are rude. What will you lose if you see my fights? Dude. Your YouTube account name is not linked to your passport. You know, I understand that maybe you are a real fighter. I really do get that. But you're acting as though you've just provided evidence by the fact that there is a person called Ali Khan who's a fighter. You know? I get it, but like, we're cool. We're doing a live stream, dude. Are you keeping this one up, my brother? Oh, yeah, we'll keep this one up. Too much crazy things have happened in this live stream for me to take this one down, I feel. So I'm just going to leave it up. Diaz and Figueiredo versus Joseph Benavidez 2. Who wins? Figueiredo. I don't know why I had to think about it. Figueiredo wins all day, every day in every one of those fights. I learned that after the first one. I thought Benavidez was going to beat him. Boy, was I wrong. Figueiredo just made it look like Benavidez stood no chance. I think a lot of people gave Benavidez a chance in that first fight. But after you've seen the first fight, I mean, Benavidez, it's not like Benavidez didn't get his game plan off. He took Figueiredo down. He threw volume. He closed the distance. But when he took Figueiredo down, Figueiredo almost armbarred him and finished him. So he had to stand back up. When he threw volume, Figueiredo threw harder and connected harder. And when he tried to close the distance, he just closed the distance head first, cut himself open on Figueiredo's forehead, which is totally Benavidez's fault. And then Figueiredo smoked his ass. You know what I mean? No place for no hero. Dylan Dennis versus an aging Damian Maia. Who wins? Dylan Dennis. Yeah, I don't know what. I'm assuming you mean Damian Maia a bit older from now, but definitely Dylan Dennis. If Maia's like some old man, for sure. Would you be cool if the UFC had an atomweight division? In fact, I think that Dylan Dennis would just beat him anyway. I like Damian Maia, don't get me wrong. But there's a reality to, like, Colby Covington would lose to the current Pac-10 champion. You understand? In wrestling, Colby Covington would lose to that current Pac-10 champion. You know? Khabib Nurmagomedov would lose to the current Sambo world champion in Sambo. Like, it's just, you're never as good as when you achieve the credential live. You know? You're never as good as that, because when they achieve that credential live in wrestling, they're only wrestling. Now they're doing all this other stuff. They're only training a third into their wrestling. You know, it's just, I think Dennis would beat Maia. How would Dennis beat Maia? Because Maia hasn't competed in jiu-jitsu in so fucking long, and Dylan Dennis is the two-time gi world champion and the two-time no-gi world champion as well. That's how Dennis beats. People are so deluded about Dylan Dennis. It's crazy to me. I get that he talks shit, but Jesus Christ. People are deluded about Dylan Dennis acting like he can't fucking fight or do jiu-jitsu. Jesus Christ, it's so true. Dude, Dennis stands a chance against Maia in a jiu-jitsu competition. Yes, he's the two-time no-gi world champion and the two-time gi world champion not that long ago. I understand. I love when people get cocky to Guru, he just owns him. I don't know about that one, dude, but I agree in every way. I actually do agree with that one. Gilbert Burns would get Danis. In an MMA fight for sure. You'll see him exposed soon, Guru. No, I won't, because it'll be in an MMA fight. The question was about a jiu-jitsu contest. That's why I said he'd win. Him losing an MMA fight in the future does not dictate who would win in a jiu-jitsu contest, but that's fine. That's how you want to win your argument. That's how you win your argument. Fair enough. Would it be cool if the UFC had an atomweight division? I think it would be much better than a women's featherweight division. Much better. The women's featherweight division is trash and non-existent, dare I add, because there's only 5 of them. Add an atomweight division. Get some of these small 115-pounders to cut down, because they definitely can. Tisha Torres would be an amazing addition to that division. And it sounds better than a 135-pounder. You sound like a 20-year-old. I'm 21. Joseph Benavidez will drag Figueiredo down near the cage and show him his wife saying, "I'll let you hit if you let me win." Probably. Most likely. I agree with that. If McGregor versus Diaz free, who you got? McGregor wins at 170 by... I think he'll TKO Diaz this time round. I think he'll get him this time. If he dropped him last time, the new McGregor at 170 is a completely different guy. The McGregor at 170 before was just a 155-pounder not cutting weight. I understand that's kind of what McGregor is at 170 now, but there's a difference. When you're trying to fight RDA, and then Diaz comes in and says, "Hey, I'll fight you at 170," and then they fight at 170, it's different than preparing for 170. And we saw that difference between the first and the second Diaz fight with McGregor. Not to mention that he had staph infection the first time as well, which is definitely going to play into some things. But I think that if McGregor went out there, Diaz would not win. Diaz has looked worse and worse since the McGregor rematch, in my opinion. Gilbert Burns would destroy Khabib. No. Not at 155. At 170, he's got a good chance of beating him, but 155 is different. But I think he would beat him at 170. But 155 Burns is just a different person. 155 Burns is 145 Dan Hooker, basically. Who should Robbie Lawler fight next? James Krause or Nico Price. Either one of them. They're both coming off losses. They're both huge names. And they're both coming off losses that are arguable losses as well. They're not complete shutout performances from the winner. They're good losses to have. James Krause should have won against Trevin Giles, but got robbed. That's okay. Understandable. He took it on a day's notice, for God's sakes. That's a great fight. Nico Price was arguably on his way to winning against Vicente Luque. Was doing real good. 2-hour stream. Well, we're an hour and 17 minutes in. So, yes. But Nico Price was doing good against Luque and then got the loss for a doctor stoppage. So, you know, I don't mind. Gilbert Burns would destroy Khabib. Stop saying it so much. We get it, dude. Joseph Benavidez will drag Figueiredo down near the cage and show... I've already read it, though. There's no point saying it again. But thank you, anyway, for your contribution to the chat, regardless of how autistic and retarded it is. If McGregor versus Diaz free, who you... Okay, we're good. All right, the stream, I thought there was a problem. I thought I'd actually had a psychotic breakdown then, because I'm reading the same questions I've already answered 5 fucking times over. Crazy. Who can Askren realistically beat in the top 10? I know you can see this question, Guru. I can see this question. And Askren would realistically beat... Oh, get ready while I load up the rankings. I'll tell you who he beats inside the top 10. Ben Askren would definitely beat inside the top 10 of the welterweight division. Oh, no one at all. No one at all other than maybe RDA. You'd have a chance against RDA. That's about it. Not even RDA. But the chat has stopped moving completely and I'm worried. I'm very, very worried. Because I think the stream has crashed. If the stream hasn't crashed, like the stream. It's currently at 37. If that moves up, it would be a message to tell me that this stream is still okay. I am not receiving the messages on the right-hand side. Oh, we're bumped up on likes. That's a really easy way. So the chat is the problem. Right. So if I use a pop-out chat, there we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. $1 from Javier642. Okay, I figured it out using my detective work. We're good. We're good. We're good. Hang on. Let me just sort you guys out. Did you see the Figueiredo Benavides poster? I have not seen the Figueiredo Benavides poster. Thank you for the $1, by the way, Xavier642. I appreciate you. I think the chat is slow for Jura. It's not slow. It's just a little bit crazy with 204 people in it. Who should Alexander Hernandez fight next? Alexander Hernandez should fight Kevin Lee in December when they both come back. He just made us like the stream. I didn't actually. I actually fucked up the stream a little bit. Let me see if I can restore the chat. Oh, no, the chat's just stopped accepting messages. I think people have spammed too much. That doesn't make any sense. People go live with literally thousands, but that's okay. All good. We're here. Would you let Shaw be your sugar daddy? No, I would not ever in a million years. Do you know who Lawrence Krauss is? I don't. Better ground and pound Khabib or Prime Kane? Prime Kane was on EPO. But I'd probably say Kane. Kane finishes people via ground and pound. Khabib doesn't. But then again, Kane's a heavyweight, so rightfully so he should. I say Khabib for retaining positional dominance a little bit better and technically being able to ground and pound a bit better looking. Obviously, there's a lot of variables that will favor a heavyweight, but still, I think Khabib. He holds position better than Kane did. Much better. He's much better technically as well. How many body parts would Francis Ngannou need to amputate to make lightweight and fight Conor? And what body parts and how should he get the finish? Would he get the finish? He wouldn't defeat Conor McGregor at 155 because he would have to amputate his head, would be the first thing. I think Ngannou's torso weighs 155 pounds. So unless he's looking to consume McGregor in his nips, I don't think there's a way of him finishing him. Do you think the current Muay Thai champion has a better chance to beat Valentina than any other UFC fighter? I don't know who the current Muay Thai champion is. But if you're just mentioning any current Muay Thai champion, which you are, I believe, then yes, probably yes, they do have a better chance because MMA women's divisions are terrible and they don't even train. Who beats Khabib? I have no idea. Gaethje's got the best chance other than Ferguson. That's about it. Conor out of them. Shorb's favorite food is sausage. Interesting. Who's the best 3-round fighter? McGregor, Zabit, or Yoel? McGregor for sure. Cormier versus Miocic. Who do you got? Miocic via 3rd round TKO. I think he gets the body shots in there a little bit sooner. I think we're going to see a first round of DC struggling to keep down Stipe Miocic. And I think eventually Stipe is going to start wearing on him. DC's going to wrestle himself out. There's a reason why DC doesn't wrestle, because it's very exhausting to do unless you're going to get a finish early. He's not going to finish Stipe early. He's going to gas himself out quicker, and he's going to get finished in the 3rd round to body shots and a big KO. Gaethje versus Colby. Colby would win. Colby has a scramble-friendly wrestling game that a lot of other champions and wrestlers don't have. It's the same reason I picked Colby over Burns. Colby wins. Colby easier? Yeah. Chelsea about to win the Premier League? I don't know. Is it worth betting on Gaethje for his fight with Khabib? I don't know what the odds are. But if he's a juicy underdog, then yes. But if he's a close underdog, then there's no fucking point. How does Rogan saying, oh, make you feel? He only says it about fighters that have been on his show, and he says it sparingly for other fighters that he doesn't want to win. It's very clear that happens. Joe Rogan is a terrible commentator and he's affecting the sport dramatically. Guru, would you rather take a left cross from McGregor or a right hand from Nick Newell? Does that exist on Nick Newell? Oh, he doesn't have his left hand. That's why you said right hand. All right. Fuck. That was the worst way of going about answering that question. I'd rather take a right hand from Nick Newell. A stiff jab. Who's got the best chance of beating Stipe? Ngannou, then Blades. Logan Paul versus Ali Khan. Oh, no, not even Blades. I think Volkov has a better chance at beating... No, he don't. No, he doesn't. Blades has a better chance of beating Stipe. I'm sorry. Till at 170, Merck's Kebab. Yeah, I'd say he probably does. Guru, what do you do for a living? I do work. I do this for a living now. This pays me more than my actual job, so I'll take it. Well, now I meant left hand. Oh, okay, that was the joke. I get it, dude. That was a good one. But here's where we work together, Quame Ose. Here's where we work together. You failed the joke. I got to make the joke on your behalf. I get respect as well. We're good. We're actually good together. Good together, Quame. I like it. Jay Ryan. Those are 2 first names back to back. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. James Vick versus Robbie Lawler. Somewhat. I think it's a good fight. I think a lot of people are going to beat Robbie Lawler. I don't think he has it anymore. I think the Colby Covington fight was kind of like his last chance to prove that he has it in the tank. And he didn't. Compared to Colby anyway. Maybe it'll be different against lower ranked guys. I think he'd have a good chance against Nico Price because it would just be a brawl. And Robbie Lawler's obviously going to have a chance in a brawl. But yeah. If Robbie Lawler's going to fight again, he's got to pick his next fight very wisely. And in all honesty, I would love a Lawler versus Pettis match. I think that'd be a great fight. If they were to make Lawler versus RDA, but RDA's moving down to 155. Okay, whatever. I don't really care. Fuck it. I don't care anymore. I'm going to sneeze in a second as well. Can feel it brewing. Who does Izzy beat in the heavyweight top 10 in your opinion? Izzy beats in the heavyweight top 10. Probably not Derek Lewis. I just don't think he'd have the power to do it, guys. I think that even Derek Lewis would be able to double leg him. Unless, I don't know, man. I just don't think he would hang too well in the heavyweight division. I reckon he could beat Rosenstruck, though. Probably. He'd have a good chance there. I think JDS would just double leg him. I think there's like a reality to what these guys would risk doing with Israel Adesanya. Even Walter Harris would probably just try and double leg Adesanya and get him out of there. And it probably could work, you know? Where's my chat gone again? Here we go. Apart from Stipe, I think Volkov and Gus have the best chance to beat Ngannou without getting clipped, fighting completely a point fighting style. I want to talk about something right now. Do you make more than £1,500 a month from YouTube? No. I want to talk about something right now, and it's not what if Khabib versus Usman. That's not what I want to talk about. Stop spamming it. I'll ban you permanently. Usman would beat Khabib anyway. Let's get that out of the way. What do I want to talk about? Something no one talks about. No one talks about. Anthony Rumble Johnson headbutting the fuck out of Alexander Gustafsson and then getting a win, and no one cares. No one cares. Anthony Rumble Johnson headbutts Alexander Gustafsson brutally, rocks him, then finishes him, and no one cares or says anything for the rest of UFC history. It's so annoying that people get away with cheating. To this day, no one that works for the UFC will ever say or ever dare say that DCI poked Stipe Miocic. No one does that shit. Some people get their stuff swept under the rug. Some people don't. It's unfair. Some people get all of their cheating habits pinned against them completely. I mean, look how much shit Sergey Spivak. Is his name Sergey Spivak? No. Augusto Sakai. Look how much shit Augusto Sakai got because he won and got a bit of a fence grab against Blagojevanov that didn't change momentum at all, but it still was a fence grab. Look at the shit that he got for that. And then DC gouges out Stipe's eyes in both fights, and no one cares. Anthony Rumble Johnson headbutts Gustafsson to the ground almost, and no one cares. And they just say, look at his KO over Alexander Gustafsson. Joe Rogan even comes out and says that on his show. Oh, but Rumble back in his prime. Did you see the KO against Gustafsson? Like, no, I didn't. I saw a headbutt followed up by ground and pound when the ref should have stepped in. Whatever. If given the opportunity, would you fight McGregor on a main event pay-per-view in an MMA fight for free, just for the clout? Yeah, probably. Oh no, wait, yes, definitely. And I would like the chances, if in all honesty, because I'm 100% going to be 1,000,000 to 1 underdog. But listen, man, I just think anything can happen in a fight, and I'm a big believer in that. And the better fighter never always wins. And a lot of people say the better fighter won and the better fighter wins. And that's just not true, which is why they started adding on the night at the end of it. But there's a reality that if I swing a fucking kick as hard as I can, it lands on McGregor's head. He's just not going to not get KO'd. You know, I understand I would get destroyed and I would be 1,000,000 to 1 underdog, but I got like 1,000,000 to 1 chance. Don't get me wrong. I understand it's the smallest chance ever in life. I understand that. You guys might not be hearing me because you're telling me to relax. Please stop. I don't have 1,000,000 to 1 chance of beating Conor McGregor in a fight. I don't have 1,000,000 to 1 chance. You guys are deluded and you don't understand physics. I'm much bigger than McGregor. I understand he would destroy me, but I'm saying I would like my chances as 1,000,000 to 1 underdog. I really would, because I could do something, okay? Even if it was give me sand, I would give him some sand. Give him a bit of sand, do a bit of Ferguson-y kind of stuff, confuse him, make him think that I'm actually like somewhat good at fighting. Because if you can do that stuff, you know? Imagine if McGregor comes into the cage expecting me to be shitting myself when I'm there fucking down on one arm like he normally is. That would put some doubt in his mind. Like, oh shit, I'm supposed to destroy this kid. Charlie Zelenoff did better against Deontay Wilder and Dominic Breazeale. Don't tell me I've got no chance against Conor McGregor. Don't you dare tell me I've got no chance. Charlie Zelenoff put up a better fight against Deontay Wilder than Dominic fucking Breazeale. Don't tell me I have no chance. I'd probably put you in a $1 parlay. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Guru is the best striker in the heavyweight division, but doesn't have the power, and I truly believe he beats Ngannou if he survives. Calm down. $5 from Jay Ryan. You never addressed how Dustin Poirier was able to win with kicks factored against Gaethje, but you're saying the calf kicks will hurt DP. Yes, because they weren't calf kicks when he fought Justin Gaethje. They were inside leg kicks on the thigh, which a lot of fighters are conditioned to take. I don't feel like he's going to be conditioned to take the calf kicks that Dan Hooker puts against him and uses against him. Thank you for the $5, but there's a difference between kicks, leg kicks to the thigh and calf kicks. Huge differences. If Gaethje had went to the calf more than he went to the thigh, he would have probably finished Dustin Poirier. Nay, 100% finished Dustin Poirier. You can't take more than 10 calf kicks in a round. Dan Hooker looks like a lizard. 205 Gustavo versus Paulo. Spilled drink everywhere. Guru spinning heel kicks McGregor out cold late 5th round. Yeah, he's just toying with me for 5 rounds, and I just let off the fucking, like the Josh Emmett jab in the 5th. The Guru wheel kick. Guru, I think you can do something if you get a headlock on Conor. I reckon I could do something. Because if I could just get a headlock on him and crank and just use the brute strength and just really crank on his head, I reckon I could bust his melon open a little bit, you know? Ben Askren style. Who could Zabit beat in 5 rounds? Well, not my nan. She's got good cardio, my nan. She can walk for a long time. I almost said my nan there. Who can Zabit beat in a 5-rounder? No, because it is a prosthetic leg, but it's still a leg. Definitely not my nan. I don't know. Guru, what weight class you in, bro? I'd be a 205er in the UFC. This dude is delusional. I'm delusional for saying that I have a 1 in a million chance of beating Conor McGregor. You're delusional. How dare you call me delusional for that? You're delusional for thinking that I don't have a 1 in a million chance. Everyone has a chance to beat anyone. You can put a 5'2" guy who's never trained in his life and match him up against Ngannou. He has a 1 in 3 million chance. Guaranteed. That can happen. And that 1 in 3 million might be that Ngannou falls over and KOs himself. It's still a chance. You guys are deluded for saying that there's 0. I'd give you 1 in 1,000. Honestly, I think that would be reasonable. I'm a decently big guy. I reckon. I don't know. I didn't want to say 1,000. I wanted to say 1,000,000 because it sounds way cooler. But, you know. I can't wait until this leads into me like training and getting beaten up by Conor McGregor on camera just to prove a point. Because then I'll just say, it just wasn't that 1 in a million. You know? How do we get from 1 in a million to 1 in 1,000? Things change, you know? Things change. Guru by DQ win. Oh, yeah, DQ. I dropped to my knees as many times as I could, hoping that he threw a kick at any point. as Dwayne Ludwig once taught us on The Ultimate Fighter, you know? Just keep your hands on the ground. He can't kick you. Is your chin and cardio good enough to take him into the third round? That's your only chance. I'd obviously train. Right now, I wouldn't go longer than a round. I'd actually probably gas out with a minute to go in a real fight. But I could last a round of sparring, I reckon. 5 minutes against McGregor. I don't know, man. You would have to train yourself. No, I'm weighing in at 235. Hang on. Wait. All of a sudden, I don't stand a chance, but now you want me to drain down to 155? Someone thinks I have a chance. Interesting. They don't want me. They don't want me without a weight cut. That's too difficult for him. So you don't think I have a single chance of beating McGregor, but I need to make 155? Come on, dude. That's just not the case. What are your chances against Ngannou? My chances against Ngannou. And get this, better than my chances against McGregor. Ngannou is retarded. And there could be something, not higher than, maybe equal to my chance. Still 1 in a million. I'll go with 1 in a million. Still a chance. Now, Guru, this is your best stream. He's too big. Yeah, but he's retarded. But he's retarded. He swings with no defense whatsoever. I stick the fucking jab from the heavens in his face. Listen, there's problems. Ngannou would stiff you in 5. In 5? Of course. I'd stiff myself in 5. I'd die from exhaustion in the 4th. That doesn't mean anything to me. To jab, I put you in my parlay. Imagine a McGregor Guru press conference. Take off your beanie, you fool. And Mickey Gall looks like Thanos in the poster card. Let me see. I don't know why you called it a poster card, but I'll take it. UFC Vegas 4 poster. He better look like Thanos or you have wasted my time. He does a bit. You're correct. He does a tiny bit. Not enough to make me go onto Google Images and check it out. But he does have a weirdly blocky jaw, and it looks like his eyebrows have been drawn on. I understand that. To be honest, it looks like all of their eyebrows have been drawn on. But that's okay, I guess. Maybe to make them more streamlined. Guru can only fight Helwani, the girl. I'd fuck up Helwani. Easy. That nose is too big to miss. I could will kick and miss by a meter, and I'd still break his nose. You have no chance against McNuggets, not McGregor, though. Ha ha ha. Sorry, I had to. Nice. Ngannou would stiff you in 5 seconds. I don't think he would. I reckon I could avoid Ngannou for 5 seconds. In all honesty, I reckon I could. Chances against... I don't know, dude. There's just a chance in every situation in life, eh? And I don't think anyone can say I have 0 chance. What are your chances against Sean O'Malley? I think 70-30 in favor of O'Malley. Wow, you don't rate O'Malley that good. I think O'Malley would beat me pretty easily. I don't think it'd be 70-30. O'Malley's a tall guy. Not a tall guy. Like 5'11", but still like reasonably tall for the bantamweight division. But I don't know, man. It'd be interesting. You understand? I just think it'd be interesting, man. I think a lot of fights would be interesting because, listen, I know for a fact, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this right fucking now. And you guys are not going to be able to deny me this because there's proof that it can happen. I would fuck up BJ Penn. It would happen. It would happen. Nay, let me add to it. I'd fuck up BJ Penn by first round KO. 0 chance. 0 chance. My voice has gone so high. 0 chance. Fat pub goers in Hawaii KO BJ Penn. I'll take him out in 1. Guru, how would you beat Joe Rogan? He would take you down. No, he wouldn't. He's an old man with no muscle mass whatsoever. I'd stuff his head down and I'd get into north-south and I'd pummel him with shots to the liver. End of story. Chances in Guru reading your comment without having to spam it over 6 times. Pretty low chances. 1 in a million, I'd say. But you got that 1 in a million. There you go, good sir. Did you see O'Malley talk about his open relationship with his girlfriend? Yep. Credit to him. He's open about it. If his girlfriend's open about it as well, that's cool. Don't hide it and act like you're not doing it. What would you do if Nate Diaz threw up gang signs to your face with his animal balloon hand? I'd say fought the Diaz brothers, yeah, and I'd go after him and I'd just dash choke him. I'm joking. I wouldn't dash choke him. I'd probably hit him with a Russian necktie. I'm joking. I don't know. Nate Diaz would be a problem. I understand that people that are somewhat big and skilled at fighting would obviously be a huge problem. Me versus Nick Diaz, who wins? Me via not having a midlife crisis. Fatality. Instant first round KO. It's red panty night when you sign to fight MMA Guru. It is. Who would win, BJ Penn or CM Punk? I'd KO Clay Guida with Travis Brown elbows, but BJ Penn would beat CM Punk for sure. But I would KO Clay Guida with Travis. I don't know why that's just popped into my head, but I reckon I'd get Clay Guida with Travis Brown elbows because I've got a metal elbow. If you guys don't know, I've got a metal elbow, completely titanium. Dun, 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 dun. I have no feeling in my elbow whatsoever. That'd be donking off his head like a saucepan. Dun, 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 dun. I'd destroy him with it. How would you beat Diego Sanchez? Brittle plastic elbow. It's not. It's got a plate in there. I'd actually destroy someone with an elbow. I think it'd be illegal for me to fight even. BJ would submit you. He is far superior BJJ than you. That's assuming that he gets it to the ground. And that's assuming the fight lasts longer than 10 seconds. Okay? There's a lot that you're assuming there by saying he'd submit me. And I don't agree with those assumptions. I'll be honest with you. You versus Gunnar Nelson, who wins? I would never fight my brother. I'm not letting it happen. This is the Guru's best stream. Thanks, dude. I would destroy Connor. Guru, you versus the Weasel. He seems like a skinny little nerd. I don't want to jump to conclusions about the Weasel, but I think I could take him. I like the Weasel though. I'm not going to come after him with some shit talk, but just by the sounds of things, I could take him. I reckon. But still, I don't mind. The Weasel makes good content. I'm not coming after him and stuff, but like, there's a voice that you can paint a picture with. You understand? And I reckon I'd stand a decent chance. But then again, the Weasel knows things that we don't know. The Weasel knows what really happened after every single fucking UFC event. So who else knows what he knows? He could know everything. He might be making what really happened, the Weasel versus the MMA Guru video, and I might wake up the next day wondering what happened. You know? Guru's ego... Oh, sorry, hang on. I've just seen the word ego, so I need to address it. I've missed it. It's gone. Guru, you fighting McGregor with the beanie on or off? The beanie would come off for McGregor. There's no way I'm risking it. Because then no one could say it was me. Guru, who would you be most scared to fight out of all of UFC? Probably Woodley, because I know that he would... I don't know. The trash talk between us before the fight would just lead him... I don't know. He would just milk the whole thing and simp out if he won. Not scared of losing in a bad way, but just scared of losing and having the other person win. It would definitely be Woodley. I would not want Woodley to win a fight in any measure whatsoever. Even though I predicted him to beat Burns, I still don't want him to win any fight. You couldn't even beat Mr. Arkansas. We're talking about real fights. I said Guru's ego can't wait to go wild after even a little boost. It's not an ego because I'm clearly joking, guys. Come on. But I'm not... I don't understand, man. People don't understand things. I don't have an ego for suggesting that I have 1,000,000 to 1 chance of beating Conor McGregor. That's not that's just understanding of life. You know? You couldn't even take down my one-legged nan. Oh, I bet you I could, DC. I bet you I could. And your nan wouldn't just sit there and let me kill her. But I bet you I could. I'll tell you that much. You versus Askren in a kickboxing. I would actually front kick Askren in the face and kill him. Maybe, actually, hang on a second. Maybe not kill him. Maybe not kill him. But I reckon I'd beat Askren in a stand-up match. I genuinely would beat Askren in a stand-up match, and I don't care what anyone says about that. I definitely would. Are you the money fight in the MMA analyst community? I'm the money fight at our weight divisions. So fuck everybody else up here. Guru, imagine you versus Cejudo. That would be an entertaining image. Cejudo would probably get beaten me, but I'd stand a good chance. Askren would smoke you. What? Askren would beat me in a kickboxing match? That's interesting to me. That's very interesting that you would say that with such certainty. Now, there's where we have a problem. Because I understand that you're just jokingly going against me saying I have a 1 in a million chance. But I reckon I could get Askren. Wait, are we talking about kickboxing? Askren would beat me in a real MMA fight regardless. But in a stand-up fight, in kickboxing, I reckon I could take him. Askren KO'd you stiff per multiple sources. Askren did not KO me stiff per multiple sources. That's not true. Guru, did you ever watch The Sopranos? No, I didn't watch The Sopranos. Tell me this, Guru. How would you counter Askren's uppercut? I'd feint the jab. He'd load up with the uppercut. I'd pull back and blast the left hand down the pipe and KO him with it. I'm joking. I wouldn't KO him with it. But I might do. But I don't know what I would go with. Guru versus Mojohead Pudila. He'd probably, I don't know, he'd out-animate me. He'd animate people on his team and then just destroy me or something. I think his surname is Pudila or something like that. I don't even know. But he's got good stuff. I like his cartoons. They're good. Guru versus Wilder. I'm just saying I'd beat Charlie Zelenoff. And Zelenoff went almost around. So, does Wilder walk out in his costume? That's the big question here. Okay? So you're a southpaw. I can go either stance. I'm right-legged, legged, and left-handed. No, I'm right-handed and left-legged, sorry. Wow, how did I mess that up? I'm right-handed and left-legged. A lot of people don't understand what leg you are because they don't play football. I've lost respect for Jorge Masvidal. Welcome to the fucking club. If you play football, you understand what leg you are. I'm left-legged and right-handed, so I can do either. Wilder's costume injury is his leg. You forgot. It's true. He does injure his leg. You know. Would you beat Cristiano Ronaldo? Not in football. There's no way. He's too good. I used to be actually somewhat good at football for a big guy. Any UFC fighters spark you in half? Come on. I'm saying I have a 1 in a million chance. Hang on. I just need to you guys have misconstrued this. I need to make sure this is very clear. Very clear. I need to make sure this is very clear. I said I had a 1 in a million chance of beating Conor McGregor. And this is not. And you guys immediately misinterpreted that as me saying I'd beat Conor McGregor. I'd say I have a 1,000,000% chance. Not 1,000,000%. A 1 in a million chance. It's too slow until Stevie gets snapped in half. You're stuck in the mud almost. In the featherweights, they hit like flyweights. So it's fun down there just destroying our team. Guru, give me a free team for the prelims of this week's card and a free team for the main card. Guru. Free team for the prelims. I'll give you a free team for the prelims real quick. I'll go with Pena. I'll go with Felipe Lins. I'll go with Jordan Griffin. I won't do that. I'll go with Pena. I'll go with Takashi Sato. I'll go with Jordan Griffin. And then I'll go with a main card of, a parlay of, John Vellante, Dan Hooker, and Mike Perry. There you go. Or whoever's less of a favorite, Mike Perry or Shawn Woodson, either one of them. Zlatan's too athletic. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Costa versus Gustafsson, who wins? You're a sexy man. Thank you, man. Costa versus Gustafsson, who wins? Probably Gustafsson. I don't know, man. Probably Costa. Gustafsson doesn't seem like he has it anymore. If you're coming back to go up to heavyweight, I don't know, man. It's a bit strange. I want to see what shape Gustafsson's in. Because imagine if Gustafsson is just like this fat slob at heavyweight and he just wanted to eat what he wants. Could happen. I'm 180. Would you try to make 145-pound cut? I would try to make a 145, 35-pound cut. Interesting. Do you watch Miles Jury's YouTube videos? Hey guys, welcome. He is so YouTube, by the way. But like 2001 YouTube is Miles Jury, you know, on the fight. So let's talk about how much I made during this fight. Cut again. It's just Miles Jury's. I don't know. He's doing his thing. I respect it, but he's just not unrobotic. You understand? Sean Woodson looked at Mike Wazowski. Where the fuck do I know that name from? Mike Wazowski. Monsters Inc. I was expecting to see a person, but it was Monsters Inc. That's where I know that fucking name. I thought it was Mike Pazowski in Monsters Inc. I just spat everywhere. Mike Pazowski. Dan Hooker versus Dustin over 2.5 rounds. What's your thoughts? Lamau and Maffeo. What are you laughing about now? Guru just Imanari roll McGregor. No, I'm good. How do you guys like Zlatan, Ronaldo, Messi, Bale, Mbappe, Rooney, and so on would do in MMA if they did it from a young age? I don't know. Probably quite good. Some of the athletes that go to football are just ridiculous. So they probably would do amazingly. Let's create signed petition to bring Guru to the UFC. Let's make it. Guru versus Mike Tyson, but Mike only uses one hand. Mike Tyson would win. But do I have my brains at my disposal? And is it under the Marcus of Queensberry rules? Because I reckon I could trick Mike Tyson, I reckon. I'm not saying he's dumb, but I reckon I could manipulate the mind of him. Not in a fighting kind of way, but just like in a, hey, look over there kind of way. You know? Mark of the Queenberry. Marcus of Queen. I don't even know what it's called. I just say Marcus of Queenberry rules. I don't even know what it's called. The Taekwondo footballer check. And I also say this. I thought pay-per-view was paper, like P-A-P-E-R. Until a year ago, I had no idea it was pay-per-view. I thought it was paper. £100 on YouTube. £100 on Woodson. I read the comment above. £100 on Woodson and Perry to win 160 back. Is that a safe £60 profit or just a stupid bet? That makes no sense. Maffeo, shake my head, pay-per-view. I thought it was paper because I've only ever heard it said. People do this about me. I thought, and my friends rip into me about this, I thought quiche was quiche because it's spelt that way and that's the way my nan said it. That's not me being dumb. That's just me not knowing something that doesn't come up often in life. You know? Pay-per-view, paper. I thought that's what it was. Guru, you think Lins can get it done? How confident are you in him? I'm not confident because it's an evens fight, but I think that Lins wins in an evens fight. In all things 50-50, Lins has the advantages, in my opinion. So why is Masvidal losing fans? I just got here. Because he said, oh yeah, a lot of people don't even know what the point of this stream was. Because he said that he gets paid no money from the UFC, but he's set for life and can retire right now. Pick one, you know? Gustafsson, in my opinion, has the best striking in the heavyweight division. I think he has the best chance to beat Ngannou if he makes it past the first round or two, and he also has the wrestling. Indeed. Masvidal set for life. He said so. Guru versus Leon Edwards, but in Birmingham. Well, in Birmingham, Matt, I know fucking people that stab him up in the kidneys and that, Matt. Honestly, I'm not a burglar, Matt. I've never done a burglary. I always thought it was bakers can't be choosy. I don't even know what that means. Bakers can't be... Oh, beggars can't be choosers, you mean. Nice. That's called autism, Guru. Oh, I have a plethora of it. Including my description of me having it shows clear signs of autism. Plethora of it. Plethora. A plethora. I can't stop saying pleh. Sorry, it's a good noise. Pleh. I'm overthinking it. I'm going to forget how to speak. You're going to lose big time this weekend. Okay, dude. I don't think that's true. What food should I order, Guru? Any type? want to stick away from the Chinese for now. But we'll definitely go with a bit of 2 wings and chips for £1. Sounds good to me. I'm putting £100 on Woodson and Perry. Who is safe to add on to it to bump up the odds? Right, so you're looking for close odds. I think Jordan Griffin wins, and I think Felipe Lins wins, and they're both pretty close odds. But I don't know if you're looking for close odds. You might be looking for a nice, juicy underdog to put on there. Probably Sato against this Ramiz Brahimaj. This Ramiz Brahimaj is terrible. He's not terrible. He's 8-2, which is good. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, he's fought complete cans, and every time they've given him a bump up in competition, he's lost. If you look at his record, he beat a guy who was 5-1, lost to a guy who's 10-4, beat a guy who was 9-3, lost to a guy who's 8-3. It's just, I just don't think he's going to beat Takashi Sato, in my opinion. I don't at all. But he could do. He could go out there and get a submission in the first round, like he always does. But there just seems to be an understanding of jiu-jitsu that allows people to avoid the submission and then destroy him for the entire fight. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen in Takashi Sato's fight. Thank you. Where's my chat gone? Guru, trim, shave the mustache, and keep the beard. I don't know, dude. I've kind of grown it so much, I feel like it'd just be such a waste of an investment if I got rid of it, you know? Guru versus Tekashi 6ix9ine in a courtroom. Ain't nobody out snitching me. I'll bring down the whole LA comedy scene. Who are the most overrated fighters? Any female? 3-hour stream today. No, we're going off in a couple minutes. So stay tuned if you can. And subscribe as well if you're new, because that'd be very enjoyable. I'd rather enjoy that to happen if I could gain some subscribers. Where's my chat gone? Here we go again. Zabit. Oh, yeah, Zabit's one of them. Waterson. Oh, yeah, Waterson's not even a good fighter. Lins and Griffin are both underdogs now. I should have waited. I should have fucking waited to bet. But that's okay. That's okay then. I think I'm going to wait until the day before to bet on fights from now on. I've already betted. Do you drink tea or coffee? Neither. I drink neither tea nor coffee because the pair of them stain your teeth. Coffee doesn't really stain your teeth, but tea stains your teeth massively in the UK. A lot of people give this perception of UK people having bad teeth. I don't have bad teeth because I don't drink tea like everyone else around here. They all drink tea and they stain their teeth. It's immediate. Like they drink tea and the next day their teeth are stained. Freddie on acid, thank you very much for another $3. You donated at the start of the stream as well, and I appreciate you, even though you look like a nonce. Guru Rumble versus Ngannou, who wins? Ngannou would win against Rumble, just via autism. Guru, could you beat Maba Babo? You mean Fabio Maldonado? I would have a 1 in a million chance. Disagree with me. Guru, do a test out there where everyone has to donate $1 and let's see how much we can raise. D-boy, you wait until the weigh-ins to put the parlay on, or... I mean, that would be fun if everyone donated $1. I agree. Nice to see you, mister. Thanks, dude. Guru, who wins? BLM or the US government? I don't know. You know. US government's pretty fucking powerful, dude. Pretty fucking powerful. But the way that this whole thing's going, I don't know, dude. I'm just not going to say anything because I've been close to being able to post this, and any criticism of the aforementioned group is not allowed, for their Nazi regime continues. You're looking forward to the face-offs tomorrow, Guru? Yeah, I'm looking forward to them. I should have waited to put my parlay on until after the weigh-ins. Usually that's what I do, because even Hooker's gone... I should have waited, man. Because even Hooker's gone further as an underdog. Fuck you, me. Where's my chat? There we go. US number 147. Hooker's plus 200 now. I know. I got him at like plus 180 or something. Good answer, Guru. Thanks, dude. I don't know what I answered, but nice. How much did you put on and on what fights? Oh, I'll show you what my parlay was before we end the stream. My stream is ending, by the way, so if you do want to subscribe, go ahead. I do this pretty much every day. I'll I'll probably do 2-hour ones more often because I feel like more people have a chance to see the notification that way. But I put a bet on. I'll show you. I put a bet on Hookers plus 200. Sounds like a decent night out. Yeah, I think it'll be a good one. I've put bets on. Here we go. Open bets. Jordan Griffin's evens. He was an underdog. I was right before. Here we go. I've got an accumulator 5 to win. Felipe Lins, Gian Vellante, Dan Hooker, Mike Perry, and Luis Pena. £20 for a potential return of £580. I think that's a good bet. And then on the side of that, in my second ever bet, not my second ever, but my second bet of the night, I have Kamar Worthy and Jordan Griffin to both win for £10 to win me back 63. I think they both could happen. And if that goes that way, I'll just make my money back for the night. And I think they both are probably going to win. So, no, I don't think they're both going to win. I think Luis Pena wins, but I've got him on my other parlay, which means that if he does lose, I'll hopefully make some money back anyway. And then I can use that money to reinvest in the rest of my parlay of Perry, Hooker, and Vellante on the main card. That's the goal anyway. That's my betting strategy so far. Please start having videos of your picks of the fighters when you do your videos. Nah, I'm good. Now, you're not in this mood a lot, lol. Don't do a regular 2-hour. Okay, then. I'm starting... If it weren't for them $100 donations, it'd be over. I'm joking. Guru, I would love to watch Zhang. Okay. That wasn't you saying I. That was you just saying what I like to do. Why is Jorge losing fans? I guess we'll end the stream with this, and I'm ending the stream after this, by the way. I'll donate £1 if you do 20. Those aren't my rates. Masvidal was losing fans because he said he didn't get paid enough from the UFC, but then also said that he's set for life and will never fight again if he doesn't want to. So, yeah. A little bit weird. Goodbye, everyone. Toodle pip. I'm going. I can't even see the chat because it's broken on my YouTube Live. And the pop-out's done. So, goodbye. I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. There's videos out on my channel, so go and check them out. Wherever. Their channel, there's videos out every day. So, go check them out. I'll see you later. Goodbye. Subscribe. I go live every day for MMA. So, yeah. I'll probably go live for 2 hours tomorrow. So, check it out. Goodbye. See you later. Thank you. Toodle pip.